This is the granddaddy of them all. If you're watching this on GameTrailers.com, you know who Aeris is and what happened to her in Final Fantasy VII. To this day, reviving her after her emotional death at the hands of Sephiroth remains one of the most discussed video game rumors. Many fans passionately believe she was never meant to perish for good, and insist that if you follow a specific series of instructions, the flower girl from the market can walk the streets of Midgar once more. The tragic heroine from Final Fantasy VII, Aeris' sudden death, still stands as one of the most defining cinematic moments in gaming. But some fans just couldn't let go. As soon as her death was well known, rumors poured out from all corners of the internet, assuring the girl more properly known as Aerith could be revived in some manner. There are too many methods to reviving Aeris on the internet to count. Many have already been extensively debunked, so we narrowed it down to the most popular and believable method. The process involves collecting 4 tissues in the battle arena in the Golden Saucer Coliseum, as well as obtaining 1 Master Revive Materia after Sephiroth has slain Aeris. Rumor states that though there are only 3 visible levels of the Revive Materia, it actually has 1 level beyond its Master level. This requires an insane amount of AP, ranging upwards of 1 million in total. To facilitate this grind, players should get the Apocalypse Sword for Cloud, which contains 3x growth. Once you've obtained this level 4 Revive Materia, head over to Aeris' house in Midgar by obtaining the Sector 5 key from the Bone Village. Enter her room, and use the 4 tissues to trigger a brief scene with Cloud. Then proceed to the church where you rescued Aeris from earlier on in the game, but make sure that Cait Sith is in your party. The 2 children there will notice your partner and ask to play with her, and if you agree, they'll leave and supposedly Aeris' ghost appears. She then instructs you to go back to the ancient city where she was killed and use the new spell you've unlocked with a level 4 Revive Materia. At the city, return to the waterfall with the crystal in the middle, which triggers another cutscene. Aeris will appear once again, telling Cloud to return back to the church in Midgar. When you arrive, Aeris will be lying on the bed of flowers. Walk up to her and wake her up, triggering a tearful reunion. No matter how hard we tried, bringing Aeris back from the lifestream is just not meant to be. We were able to return to Midgar and visit Aeris' house, but we simply weren't able to use the tissues as directed. When we entered the church, it was indeed occupied by the ghost of Aeris, but even with Cait Sith in the party, we were unable to approach Aeris without her vanishing. All the leveling up in the world with the Revive Materia never made the supposed resurrection spell appear for us at any time. Of course, there is one way to bring her back. Using a cheat device, we were able to put her back into our party just for kicks. While there were a few in-game cutscenes that included her, none of them were significant to the plot, nor did she have any lines of importance. It was recently brought to our attention that there's another way to keep Aeris in your party without the use of cheat codes or hacks. Back in 2008, somebody on YouTube going by the alias Aqua Blue Jonathan posted a video demonstrating a way to do so for the entire game by utilizing a unique trick. All you need are copies of Final Fantasy VII and Saga Frontier and a PlayStation. You simply have to play through the game until you get access to the PHS to swap out party members, after the events in Calm. At this point, it's technically possible to perform the trick, but your party members will need to be around at least level 30 or so to survive what's to come. Just be sure that you don't advance past the date sequence at the Golden Saucer. Once you've leveled up enough, travel to the Chocobo stable near Calm and capture a Chocobo to ride. This is where things get interesting. While on the Chocobo, you'll need to swap out your Final Fantasy VII disc with Saga Frontier. For the trick to work though, you need to be on disc 1. Then proceed to make your way northwest, and you should notice the game begins to glitch out. Thanks to the glitch, it's now possible to travel virtually anywhere on the map. Travel over to the southwesternmost region of the northern continent between Icicle Inn and the entrance to the Forgotten City. Before you dismount your Chocobo though, swap back to the Final Fantasy VII disc. Once you dismount, run around to trigger a random encounter. After the battle, the map should load up like normal. Now head over to the Forgotten City and make sure Aeris is not in your active party roster, otherwise the game will lock up during one of the cutscenes. You'll trigger the sequence of events that led to the death of Aeris and the ensuing battle with Casanova. When you can finally change party members again after the battle, you'll notice Aeris is still available despite having died in the cutscene. It is now possible to have her in your party through the rest of the game, though with one important caveat. The cutscenes following her death never intended for Aeris to be in your party, so the game will lock up on occasion if she's in your active roster. It all points towards the sad truth. You're not meant to bring Aeris back to life. But if you still can't believe she's really gone and that she was meant to come back, then perhaps you should hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Aeris' creator, Tetsuya Nomura, went on record stating she was always meant to die. Though he initially had some regrets, the fact so many fans have a hard time accepting her death proved to him that he made the right decision in the end. Well, we can always hope that things play out differently in the long-rumored remake.